Hi, this is Cecelia from Tarot by Cecelia, and this is your weekly tarot guidance for the week of October the 12th through October the 18th of 2015. And I have to tell you, we start this week off with a new moon in Libra, and I really, really love what I'm seeing here, okay? It makes such perfect sense. Now, if you were able to stand outside of your life and look in, what would you see? Would you see the details of your life up until this point and say, perhaps had I done something differently, it would not have been this painful? Well, it doesn't matter. It's all in the past. And it's time, to move along and get past the sadness that's there. Now, it's also time to take control of your life again. I think with a lot of what I see here right now is an important time to look over the details, not just of what has happened to you, but also with what you're hoping to do, where you think the universe is leading you, and what you need to do to take care of that. Some of this is going to involve, maybe some online research, things of that nature. But I'm telling you, you're going to come back out on top, feeling so much better. I really like this a lot. And, this goes along with also my card for the day for October the 12th. This is all in the beginning, and you are definitely in a new adventure. So, with this new adventure is going to come a great deal of clarity. Also some personal justice for you, okay? You can begin to sort out those hopes and dreams and really see what is realistic and what is not, okay? Things had been very clouded for so long because choices were not that possible, and now they are. So you can begin to sift through them. Instead of feeling nightmarish about everything, you can actually start to make some sense of it. So this is really very good. Now, there were things that caused hard times for many of you in different areas of life, all right? The best thing to do is remember that it's all in the past. Speak with absolute clarity and truth, okay? It is time to just, if there are still things that need to be cut away, do so. You should be so much clearer now as to what will work for you. In other words, don't take any BS. And I don't mean in a mean way or anything like that. It's just that after all the things that you've survived, you should be so much clearer on what you will now accept into your life. Accept nothing less, okay? That's what's being said here. Now, also, don't be afraid to think outside of the box. Don't go with the flock, all right? Be your own person. Do your own thinking. Because the time has come to go on this gradual journey that's going to take you through a period of change. This is an extended period of time, all right? I really feel like it's around 9-10 months, somewhere in there, where you're going to gradually go through more changes to bring you to the new place, your new destination where you really need to be. So, the plans that you make at this time will be much more intricate, all right? And I really feel that where in the past you felt as though there was not enough help, there was not enough, like if you cried out for help, no one was listening. This is going to change, okay? It really is going to change. The general crux of this reading is about your patience, okay? Patience and balance. And it's a very gentle patience that's required, okay, to maintain the balance. Because there's pieces in life that have been missing. And now your new goal is to fill them in. And this is what you're gradually going to do over the next 9-10 months, okay? It's going to take you to a whole new place. Now, one of your greatest commitments is going to be to yourself. And I know I mentioned this somewhere within the last few days, somewhere I have mentioned it to you about that. Don't think that the void that has been created in your life by things that are lost needs to be filled by another human being. This void needs to be filled by you, okay? A greater love of self and just being able to, accept the opportunities that come. And there's also something coming in this week that is an absolute surprise, okay? It's almost like a feeling of being rescued, okay? So this is not telling me what it is other than, opportunity comes knocking. And I like it. I like it a lot. It allows for balance and fairness for you, okay? For some of you, this is actually going to be highlighted by legal matters, contracts, things of that nature, where you will finally have something in hand that tells you what's going on. Might not be the final say so, but it tells you what is going on. So this is a very, I feel like I'm saying this every week, that it's a very significant week. But I think that when you have this piece of knowledge that suddenly comes your way, that you're like, I can't believe it, because it's like a wish come true. It's like, finally. I mean, how long have you been waiting for this? I think for like 3 months or so, it's really seemed like an impossibility. Could be something that was started or spoken of way ahead of time, but it just didn't, when you thought it would happen, it didn't happen. I find this very interesting, to be honest with you. So finally, things are going to come to fruition for you. This is awesome. This opportunity that comes up this week, whatever it is, how big or how small, it is so awesome because it actually enables you to have a choice along your path, to be able to choose, to finally be able to choose. And I'm telling you, this is all about patience and fairness and balance, because it's been out of balance for way too long. So there's finally a great deal of fairness coming in for you this week. It's, amazing that everyone has had to wait this long for something like this to come in. But it is finally. There is something that makes you feel that you're finally going to, be able to do some of the things that you thought you could do. Now, keep in mind, the universe has its own plan. So what you originally thought, like, okay, I'm going to do this, and then this is going to happen, and then I'm going to do this. And, I could cite specific examples that I've heard from all of my friends and even for myself. But everybody has a different story. And I must say that along the way, that plan has changed, hasn't it? Because there have been realizations of why you were being held back. And it's okay, because the plan that's coming is much more beautiful. And really, truly, I'm loving it. So, not to get ahead, all right, but the gifts from this new moon between now and the full moon on the 27th, which is not in this week. I know this is a weekly. And it's almost as if you could just stand there, which I do not urge you to do, because I really feel this is a time for action, but it's a time for slow and positive action, okay? So don't go rushing off all crazy, just because we have this new moon. Start to set those plans in motion. You're going to see a lot happening over the next couple of weeks. Very interesting indeed. And, like I said, things that you have wanted will come to fruition. However, your view of what you were going to do once they happened has changed. Interesting, isn't it? When you stop and think about it, you can kind of get a better idea of what's actually going on. So, also being urged to tell you that patience and kindness, okay? Now, you have to remember that we had those eclipses last month, all right? So there are obviously trigger points that come up, and this week, you could be triggering the solar eclipse from last month, okay? Now, if there's not a male that you're looking to, do away with in your life, I would be careful in my words if I were you, All right? This goes for everyone, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever you have in mind. When you're so close to this new moon that, comes right after that solar eclipse of September 13th, watch what you say, okay? Your words are very important at this time. So, however, I think that there's a very freeing feeling coming up, all right? A lot of the worries that you've had, and they're going to be replaced with a much more, I want to say, not a successful feeling, but a better feeling of yourself, okay? Where you finally feel good about things and as if you're standing on your own. Now, I know I did this last week and people thank me, so let's put out a couple extra cards and see what's going on here. Okay, now, going with the flow. That's something that we actually need to do on a daily basis, to be honest with you. It really is important because, sometimes just trying to buck the system doesn't work. But this is such a beautiful week. Now, in having left things behind, finally, all right, and some of you are just doing this week. There's a little something that sneaks in there for me that tells me that you're finally seeing that it is real. I referred to those legal things. Those of you who have legal things going on, this must be the week that there's news and you finally feel like you're walking away from what has been happening. Interesting. Okay, for others it's financial matters, and for everyone there has been something painful. Okay. But what is most important? Your change in perspective. Truly, honestly, that is what matters this week, okay? If you have gone with the flow and accepted the changes that the universe has brought to you and put in the work, after everything that you've survived, you will be regaining control. And this is it. This is what I've been talking about for so long now. This week, this is your beginning. This is where it all starts. Might not be where everything has ended, but it's definitely where it all starts. So all you need to do is to have faith and know that wishes are coming your way and plans can be made. I like this so much, and I can't wait to hear from everyone to see how your week is going, because you have to remember we are all in this together. I want to thank you for listening, and as always, have a great week.